Okay.
So, here's somebody that all of you know already. I'm kidding. But Rosanna went to nursing school, went on to get her master's, and did research in video phone technology and diabetes, and is now actually the regional nursing coordinator?
Coordinator of the PIMS clinic.
So, yay. And while we have a lot of students here to talk about being a student and dealing with diabetes or getting into college, now we have somebody who can give you an example of actually living with it and also life beyond just college. So give her a round of applause for Rosanna.
Hi everybody. I get to talk about college, which I'm so excited about, but before I get started I wanted to thank Darshana, Dr. Prakasam, and all of you guys for coming. I'm so excited that all of you showed up and that college is important for all of you. So the other thing I want to really emphasize today is that college is not only about education, it's about discovering who you are, it's about kind of breaking out of those high school stereotypes. It's fantastic, and I'm getting a little emotional. One thing I don't even remember about college is that I had diabetes. And that's what I hope for all of you. I hope that all those other experiences outweigh the fact that you had diabetes. Granted, you have to, if you take care of it, it won't be an issue. Okay? So, let's get started. This first slide, okay, I dragged out all these pictures of myself before college and during college, and they're a little hazy because I scanned them and all of that. But here I am at 16 with my dad. I'm major daddy's girl there, and this is kind of in honor of all those dads out there. Happy Father's Day. I was diagnosed in 1985 at age 13. So now you can do the math, figure it out. So I was a type of girl back in high school who my dad had to remind me to close the garage door. Like I had a note on the door to the garage, don't forget to close the garage door. There'd be a note on my pillow before I went to bed, did you close the garage door? That was the type of person. I was kind of scattered, and I really depended on my dad to do a lot for me and my mom. So the thought of college was pretty scary for me. I thought, who's going to take care of me? And I'm sure a lot of the parents out there are feeling the same way as you're getting closer to these college years. But some tips as you get started and are prepping for college is what are you going to do with your supplies? How are you going to manage your own diabetes while you're away from your parents? So I really recommend that a lot of you start doing that now. Okay? Because it's a lot to not only leave your parents, but all of a sudden you're managing your supplies that you never did, you're ordering your pump stuff, you're doing all of that. So do it now so that's not a big, change for you as you get, off to college. Because there's a lot of other decisions you have to make that are kind of scary. You're freaking me out with that camera. Oh, can you go back just a sec? I need to. Thanks. Okay, so I think some of the others talked about, where they get their supplies. The other decision you have to make as you get closer is who's going to be your doctor. I didn't have the option to stay with my pediatric doctor. They kicked me out. So you have to kind of figure out where you're going to go, and if it should be at home, and you go just when you're at home, or if it's where you're going to college. And for me, it really made sense for it to be where I was going to college. Okay, because you have situations where you need to see the doctor and you can't schedule that around your breaks necessarily. I was fortunate. I had Kaiser, so everything was in one building, which was really helpful for me, the lab and everything. So at any rate, you have to think about that. Some of the other things that you have to think about are your roommates. Who's going to be your roommate? And I have a little skull there to remind me to tell you guys the story of my roommate. I lived in the dorms at Sac State. I grew up in Sonoma County, so Sac State was a huge, big distance from home for me. I walk in my college room, and on my roommate's bed, there was no roommate, but there was a skull. It looks similar to that on the screen there, like a cow's skull. And I thought, oh my gosh, what am I getting into? Who is this person? She ended up being one of my best friends as life goes on, but you're going to experience stuff like that. The other thing that happened when I first moved into the dorm is I didn't know that the weekend before college started that all the eateries on campus were closed. And it was funny because both of us didn't have a car, but I had a big giant box of Whoppers. Don't ask me why. So we just sat and ate Whoppers for the weekend. Maybe walked over to Burger King down the street. But you might want to think about the food. I'm sure your parents will help you out, give you a little ice chest and food. You want to go to the next one? Or you can just push the arrow to the right. There you go. So the next thing to think about is the class schedule. What you're going to take, when you're going to take it, what makes sense to you. So if you're not a morning person, which most teenagers aren't morning people, you may want to go for the later type classes. It's funny, that first semester for me, I signed up for a jewelry making class at 7:30 on a Monday morning. That didn't work out so well. That was the only C I got in college. Not to mention I wasn't very good at it. You want to go to the next slide? Thanks. So college life. This is my friend and I worked in a Thai restaurant. Maybe you guys know of it, Thai Palms on Howe Avenue. I worked there in college. I did all kinds of crazy jobs, but college offers a lot of decision making, and one of those things is parties and things like that. So do any of you guys have any questions regarding getting into situations like that? I know I have kind of a younger crowd, but no? Yes.
Okay, is there anything, I'm a nurse, to help prepare children that are going through that transition from high school to college? Because once you get to college, there are a lot more freedoms, and your parents aren't watching you and making sure when you come in and watching,
Making sure you're coming home.